Dial up the deliciousness. My name is Lucas, a supplement reviewer and protein snack connoisseur, and I just got a package in from Pure Protein, and if you guys want to see what they're cooking up over there, stay tuned because we're unboxing it and trying everything in there. Let's go. All right, so like I said before, my name is Lucas, aka What's Up with Lucas, and I do all sorts of supplement reviews and protein snack breakdowns on my Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I mean, the list just goes on. But if you guys already saw this video, which I might be posting today or the day after I'm filming this, you already saw what was inside and you saw the one thing that I tried out. Now, obviously with me saying the one thing I tried out, you know, there's multiple things in here, which typically isn't the case for a promo box. Quick story time, a couple weeks ago, Pure Protein hit me up. They're like, man, we are launching something late in July, early August, and we'd love to send you a box. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. Sent them my address over. Anytime a big brand like that reaches out to you and they're like, hey, we want to send you something, let them send you something. Like I said in my video, there's a 50% chance you're getting robbed and a 50% chance you're getting something super cool like this. So with that being said, on here it says dial up the deliciousness. If you guys are on social media, you might have seen some teasers as to what's in this, but from my understanding, it's going to be some pretty cool stuff. So let's open it up right now and see what's in it. Obviously, really cool design on these. Love these promo boxes. Get a little bit of a teaser on the front, and then of course you have Live Deliciously right there with a little bit of another teaser. So let's open this up. I'll let you guys see first. Whoa, dive into your new favorite flavors. Now, that's pretty bold, saying it's going to be our new favorite flavors, but let's see what they have specifically in here. Now, as you guys can see, it does come with the paper. I'll show you guys that real quick. It has their 4 different products they're launching. So like I said, this is not just one product, this is 4. Fruity Pebbles collaboration, Cocoa Pebbles collaboration, Zig Zag Cakes, which is not a collaboration, but reminds me of zebra cakes, which were a staple when I was a kid, and there's a whole story with that. I used to be obsessed. And then finally, all the way down, you have Frank's Red Hot in their pops, or their pop chips. So with that being said, let me show you what these boxes look like because they're actually crazy. So this is what the promo box looks like. It comes with a box of each of their new protein snacks, and then obviously the protein chips right here. So up at the top, you have the Fruity or the Pebbles cereal is what they call it, collaboration, the Zig Zag Cakes, and then the Frank's Red Hot. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Frank's Red Hot kind of guy. I prefer like other hot sauces, but will I eat Frank's Red Hot? Yes. And are we gonna eat it during this video? Yes. So let's get into it. First one we're gonna try out is the Fruity Pebbles. Now, if you guys already saw my short reel about trying these out, you might have seen this is the flavor that I tried out. So it's gonna be pretty similar. So skip ahead if you've already seen it. This one will be a little bit more in depth. I like how they changed these on like the different sides. So like you have it straight up vertical, then you have it horizontal, and then of course you have the macros over here. So 190 calories, 20 grams of protein. That's what I've always liked about Pure Protein, is that there's always 20 grams of protein in their protein bars, and honestly they taste pretty dang good. So with that being said, let's try out this Fruity Pebbles one. 3 grams of sugar, 190 calories, 20 grams of protein, and it's gonna have 19 grams of carbs. Now I will say Pure Protein bars are a little bit smaller than your average protein bar, but I love the chocolate deluxe one, and I used to just always eat those, so they have a special place in my heart. Let's try this out. Okay, that wasn't as cinematic as I was hoping for. So what I really like about this one is it looks extremely appetizing. You have 3 different layers. The bottom honestly reminds me of like a cereal milk kind of flavoring that you might see in some cereal bars that obviously don't have a lot of protein in it. Frosting on top with the Fruity Pebbles on there as well is super cool to see, because a lot of these brands make these collaborations and then they just don't put the actual thing in the product, which to me just kind of blows my mind and defeats the purpose. But I understand it due to like caloric reasons, but other than that, I think it was super cool that they included this. So you crack it open and you got this inside, typical texture of a Pure Protein bar. Let's try it out, see how it is, folks. Oh, you also have Fruity Pebbles on the inside, which is super cool. Now, I don't know how people do this, like eating food on camera kind of thing. I just can't. I just want to sit there and eat this and not be watched by a bunch of people. Following up my review on my short form video, I gotta say, it's a little dry. Most protein bars definitely have a dry aspect, but the frosting on top and the way that they put this together has a little bit more of a dry aspect than I personally would want. As you're like eating it, the texture is very good. It's crunchy. You get the cereal-like flavor. Definitely get the strawberry fruity flavor of the Fruity Pebbles, and the cereal aspect of it is just perfect, and it's right there. You get the cereal milk flavor like you're eating it out of a bowl of cereal, and it's not just the Pebbles itself. So overall, they nailed the experience and aspect of a cereal protein bar. Now I will say this, like some sort of pink frosting on top. Anyways, that frosting on top is a little dry to my liking, and as you eat it, it feels like you're eating a dehydrated frosting top. So it has a little bit of a weird texture and kind of dries out the bar in my opinion, but overall very enjoyable and something that I personally really like as a cereal addict. Like I used to eat a bunch of Fruity Pebbles during college and as a kid. So for me, I really like this one and definitely would enjoy it. So I would recommend checking this one out. I don't remember the rating I gave it. I want to say it was a 7.5 or an 8. I don't know if it was an 8. It might have been a 7.5, but I'd give it around there. I think it's pretty dang good and honestly something that I would pick up if I saw it again. Plus being an official collaboration with Post Fruity Pebbles, I think is pretty dang cool. The branding on this is pretty awesome. And like I said, I'm a sucker for cereal, so that one's a-okay in my book. Next, we're gonna move on to, of course, I would say it's brother, it's sister, it's whatever, it's family member collaboration. This one is gonna be the Cocoa Pebbles. And I'm a big chocolate guy, so Cocoa Pebbles were right up my alley. Just sometimes they were a little overwhelming in terms of chocolate, because as you have them in the bowl, they do turn into like a chocolate milk kind of thing. So if you're not in the mood for that, you're not gonna like it. But like I said, cool branding on this. It looks to be very dang similar to the Fruity Pebbles one, which makes sense, but we're gonna try this one out. 180 calories, so a little bit lower in calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, and 4 grams of sugar. So a little bit of a different macronutrient panel on this, but nothing crazy. Let's see it. I haven't tried this one. So all the rest I haven't tried at all. So this will be my first time trying them. So I'm excited. Oh, it smells really chocolatey. Okay. Okay. All right, so a little bit of a different kind of look on this one. Obviously, it's not gonna be as like fruity or colorful, but this one definitely looks chocolate. Has this chocolate bar almost base on the bottom, and I don't know what it reminds me of, but like literally a chocolate bar. And you, of course, have the Cocoa Pebbles on top with that little bit of filling in the middle, just adding some moisture to it, I believe. Let's try this one out. This one looks really good. I'm excited for this one. Oh yeah, because one of my favorite pure protein bars is their chocolate deluxe. Like I'm a sucker for that one. So I bet you this will be pretty similar, but hopefully better. Cheers. Okay. A default for me is to always drink water after having a protein bar, so this one is not as dry. It does have that touch of dryness, but not as bad. A little ASMR for you guys. Just kidding. Really good. In my opinion, better than the Fruity Pebbles, but like I said, I am a chocolate addict. Cocoa Pebble edition, really cool to see once again. You get the crunchiness of it. The bottom of the bar is, like I said, very chocolatey, but almost like a chocolate milk. So you do get that cereal in a bowl aspect, and all of it combined together gives you the full Cocoa Pebbles experience. So with that being said, it is really good. It is a little dry from that frosting on the top. I guess because maybe it's like a dehydrated frosting or something like that. I'm not really sure, as I don't make protein bars. I just eat a bunch of them. But with that being said, I think it's really good. I love the macros on these. I think these are super macro friendly, especially for being collaboration products, which sometimes they're not. Cereal bars in and of itself are typically not macro friendly, and if you do find them, they're very low in protein. So to have a cereal bar that's macro friendly, high in protein, and tastes pretty dang good and extremely accurate to what it's supposed to be, gets a thumbs up for me. So this one is actually really good, and in my opinion beats out the chocolate deluxe, because I mean, it's cereal, it's Cocoa Pebbles. I mean, how do you beat Cocoa Pebbles? So with this one, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Like I'd even go as far as a 9 out of 10. So I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's gas. I think it's really good. If you guys like chocolate, if you like Cocoa Pebbles, this one is the one you need to check out. So let's move on. So obviously, like I said before, I was a big fan of zebra cakes growing up. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I have some family from Kentucky, and they do a lot of these church fairs, or like literally like a just regular fair. And you know, these are a little bit lower in cost, a little bit different, a little bit more family oriented, not like, you know, big corporation, bunch of these big food tents and all this and that and the other thing. So one of the games was tossing a ring onto a pole, I believe it was. And you could play as many times as you wanted, and to enter was only $1. Like it was $1 for like 5 swings. I think I was like probably like 13, 14, like I was young. And I ended up winning like 30 times and getting like 30 packs of those zebra cake, like I think there was like 4 of them in there. So the amount of zebra cakes I had, it was like 120, and I got sick from eating them because I ate so many. but they're good. They're really good. If you've never had a zebra cake, and if it's in your macros or your diet, or you're just like, hey, I gotta try it, go try one. I think they're really good. Were they my favorite kind of snack like that? No, but they were really dang good, and I had like 120 of them, so why wouldn't I have eaten them, especially as a kid? So that's a quick story time, but I was super excited to see this. I was a little upset that it wasn't the collaboration with Little Debbie for these zebra cakes, but it looks pretty dang similar and reminds me of it is Zig Zag Cakes. Obviously, these are cakes. These are not gonna be a protein bar, at least from my understanding. 190 calories, 6 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of protein. So a little bit of a different macro panel, which makes me think that they're not going to be protein bars, although it's a protein bar. Wow. Okay, I would have never guessed that. I thought they were gonna be actual Zig Zag Cakes, zebra cakes. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed about that. Maybe a little bit more than a little. I'm very disappointed. That sucks. I'm so upset. I thought they were gonna be actual zebra cakes. So with that being said, the macros aren't as, I said before, they're always 20 grams of protein. So seeing 19 in here is super weird. Let's just see how they taste. Let's see. Little disappointed that they're not actual cakes, but I prefer a protein bar over a cake, but just because it was like zebra or zigzag cakes, I was like, oh, it's gotta be cakes. Yeah, that was not as cinematic as I was hoping for like before. Okay, I gotta say, it looks really decadent. I love how it looks. It looks exactly like a zebra cake. You have that chocolate drizzle on top with the white chocolate as well. Really good, not messy either. I think that's pretty dang cool. Got the wind, or not wind, but fan blowing all this all over. Let's see. Okay. And it's got the inside filling, which is like a yellowish cake. This one looks like it's gonna be pretty moist, and it looks like the chocolate thickness, I don't know if you guys can see, is pretty dang thick. Like it's probably thicker than most bars. So let's try it out. I'm excited for this one. Okay. That's fire. That is really good. I don't know how people eat on camera. I'll tell you that much. But I wanna finish that bar right now. Like, I just want to hound that whole bar right now. That is so good. It reminds me of a zebra cake in the flavor, the way it looks, and obviously that mouthfeel. When you get a zebra cake, you definitely get that thick chocolate outside layering, but you get this like cakey texture inside that's moist, but not super moist. This one is surprisingly very moist. I think it is very like enjoyable to eat, and it has a very good mouthfeel on it to where it's like, okay, it doesn't feel like I'm eating a protein bar that's chalky and gross. Really good cake flavor on the inside, vanilla cake flavor. Not vanilla in the sense of like just absolutely garbage, because a lot of vanilla stuff out there, it just sucks. This is actual vanilla. Like I said, I think the decoration on it is really dang cool. And for me, I gotta say, this is my favorite one. I thought the cereal was gonna be my favorite, especially since it was a little bit more no, I don't even know what word I'm thinking of. It was way more present in my childhood than zebra cakes, but these bring back an insane bit of nostalgia, and it feels like I was taken back to being a kid, and I might have to go buy zebra cakes after this, even though, I don't know, these are like pretty dang similar to where I could eat this and be like, it tastes as good as a zebra cake. So with that being said, I'd give this a 9.5 out of 10. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. Don't hate me, but that is gas. That is super good. I think Pure Protein is one of the most underrated protein bar brands, especially for cost, because like this pamphlet tells you, you are able to get them at Walmart, and Walmart is typically a lower cost for the protein bars. You can get them in 4-packs, or you can find them at the Costco's and Sam's Clubs for the bigger packs. You can't find these because these are more exclusive and like limited edition, I would assume, but they're really good. You can find these at Walmart. 9.5 out of 10, gas. Now, last but not least, we have their pop chips, which I don't know if I've ever tried these. Oh, that's gonna be so loud on camera. I apologize. These are their pop chips. Now, I don't know if I've ever tried these. I'm not a huge fan of pop chips. Like, I like them, I can eat them, but is it something I go out and buy and pick? No, but these do have protein in them. So they're 160 calories, 6.5 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of protein. Pretty dang good for me. Feels like a pretty filled up bag, or pretty big bag. You know, most of these bags aren't filled due to packaging reasons, but everybody wants to go crazy and they're like, oh, the bag wasn't filled, and it was like, it's filled by weight, and it's a whole thing. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, definitely has a hot sauce kind of smell to it. Would I say it smells like Frank's Red Hot? Not necessarily. It's been a little bit since I've had Frank's Red Hot, and I'm excited for these. Soy-free, gluten-free, plant-based protein, non-GMO, vegan, and never fried. It's quite a mouthful. Let's see how these are. Okay, this is what they look like. See if we can get a focus in on this, folks. Okay, so it looks like it's a thinner kind of chip. Obviously popped, not fried, has a little bit of a dusting on it. I would assume it's Frank's Red Hot dusting. Let's try it out. Good crunch on it. Oh, that's good. That is good. That is really good. That has a spice that, you know, stays with you throughout the entire bite. Super crunchy, light. It doesn't feel like a chip, so it's not like you're eating chips and you're like, oh man, I've had too many chips. These are very light. I would imagine that one bag would be enough, maybe two if you're hungry on that day. But I really like these. These are a cool alternative to chips. They're pop crisps, not chips. Sorry about that. Really good hot sauce type of flavor. Not too overwhelming for those people that want something super spicy. This is not it. For those people that are like me that like the spice but don't want to just be eating flames, this is pretty good. I'd give this one, if I were to start eating these more, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty good. I think it could be really good with some like chicken, rice, and kind of like scooping it on there kind of thing. Or just eating it as a snack post-workout, before you work out, anything like that. I think they're pretty dang good, man. I'm gonna be munching on these after the video, but I definitely recommend them. I think they're pretty gas. So overall, I think this collaboration box is pretty cool. Would I have expected all these different collaborations to come at once? Probably not, but am I happy they did? Heck yeah, I'm happy. With that being said, I definitely would say that these Zig Zag cakes are my favorite, and I wouldn't have expected that. I would have thought the cereal one would have been my favorite, but I think it was super cool that they were able to imitate how the Zig Zag or zebra cakes actually are in the bar, where it's moist, enjoyable, and you get that thick chocolate outside coating. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Actually, I feel like these are a completely different category. So 1, 2, 3, and then this one's number 1 because I haven't tried any of the other ones. But I feel like you can't rank these together. But if I were, this one, this one, this one, this one. That's just, you know, I just trying to like mix around a ball and a cup and just kind of get you guys confused about that. But by far, I really enjoyed these, and all of them were pretty dang good. I wish they would have got the collab on this and made them into actual like zebra cakes. That being said, I think these are super cool. You can find them at Walmart. Make sure that you guys, you know, let me know which ones your favorites are. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But anyways, with that being said, I appreciate everybody watching. Definitely go check these out. I think they're super cool collaborations, taste really good, have really good macros, and honestly, not something I expected them to come out with, especially when asking for my address. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and let me know which one you guys have tried, or if you're gonna try them out next. Yeah, let's go.